I did the research with some 70 world-class organizations, and I found that they did something really different to speed up the process of their employees. They looked at what is the current sequence of activities the employees' journey had. Of course, there was no consistency among employees because the manager typically leave their employees of their own to keep working toward their proficiency. They found out, on an average, employees were made to learn 30% of the thing which either had no relationship with the target proficiency or they were simply wasteful. End result, employees take much longer time to be proficient. So now imagine if you don't have to invest that 30% of the time to start with, what it can do for you. They asked few questions. Is spending time with this activity like learning a task, doing a project or a task, somebody really need that to reach proficiency in that role? If no, why invest time learning it? Then they asked, does the event for which they are being prepared even happen frequently enough to use their skill? If no, then why invest time in having them learn a skill they won't use anytime soon? Then they asked another question. Is this the best optimized efficient order or sequence in which employees should learn? Can we change the order of things in a way that can speed up the things? For instance, if I teach you a tough concept first, you will move faster overall than the combined time we spend learning a simple task first and then the complex task later. That sort of idea, changing the order. So then they redesigned the total path from state 0 to state proficiency. Along that path, they set up the activities, task, assignment, learning modules, and projects that were essential for the job role. And then they ordered the events to optimize the speed. So end result was employees could learn 30 to 50% faster to reach the same level of proficiency. So that's what this designing a path does for you. So the lesson from research is that when you focus on your end state of proficiency, you will then consciously, intentionally, and deliberately choose to learn courses or learning opportunities, content, skills, or projects that will take you there. You will learn the skill you won't use immediately. You won't spend time learning the things that do not tie in with the end state. Once you're clear about it, then you can go on with certain sequence that is designed for speed. Yeah, the people prepare for 1 to 2 years to do a 20-minute TEDx talk. And I was just a newbie speaker in the town with no real experience for that kind of stage. I knew if I could design a lean proficiency path which measure exactly 6 weeks, I can do it. It may not be world class, but I can do it. So I lined up all the activities, tasks, and milestones which were essential to reach that goal. So I embedded practice sessions, mock-up, demos, things like that in that path. Now, this might sound like a goal setting, but here is the difference. You start from the outcome, you decide the target time to proficiency you want to achieve. Of course, it has to be very compressed one, otherwise no point doing in that hard work. Then you work your way backward. You figure out what other activities you need in order to be able to reach there in that particular time. And then you assign it a time. And then you go backward to the previous activity to see what must be done before you even finish that following activity. So this process does something wonderful. It does not let you include or learn any wasteful thing, content, knowledge, or skills that would not help you reach the final outcome. So let me elaborate a little bit what I mean by wasteful or making the lead path. So my job in that talk was to successfully deliver a talk and come across as a proficient TEDx speaker. As a disabled, I was to deliver that talk sitting on the chair. So was there any value for me to learn all the stagecraft typically other speakers would use, those who will deliver the talk by standing? Probably not. If I was not walking across the stage, this also meant I don't need to learn all that. That would have been a wasteful activity for me. What I needed was to master the skill to come across authentic, well-researched, and deep. If I had gone to a TEDx training school, I don't know what they would have made me to go through. So what's the point here? Point is that you produce proficient outcome for the job. You don't have to learn or master everything upfront. But we have been made to think by our teachers or other that in order to produce something, we must first master every single skill. But tell us, learn everything, master everything, and then hopefully you'll be able to produce certain outcome or be able to perform to a certain level. But you don't have to learn everything and anything. Your proficiency goals should define your lean back, thin, lightweight path. You just need to see your goals and then work backward to figure out key skills that are required to produce that given outcome in the fastest possible time. When you start from the outcome, a lot of things you will find unnecessary. You don't need to spend time to learn those. Learn the essential skills, the most essential information. The remaining you can learn when you really need it at the point of need. When you learn the things at the point of need, you actually retain it well. And it cuts short the number of things you need to learn upfront. So when that inventory is reduced, what it does for you, it can tremendously shorten your time proficiency as much as by 80%. You move faster, you go there faster.